Chapter 2.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Have you ever noticed that's what people say right before they stick a bowl of lumpy oatmeal in your face? I'm 11 years old, and I already know how to cook my own food, but because I didn't have time, Brian did it for me. Now Brian's rambling on about how a high-fiber diet changed his life, but I'm barely listening. I'm still freaked out about this social studies test that could land me in summer school. Actually, I have no idea what summer school is even like. Zoe thinks it's probably like regular school. But other kids say that in summer school, the teachers make you work. And they're not talking about worksheets or chapter reviews. It's more like scraping gum off desks or scrubbing the toilets in the locker rooms. Which I hope isn't true, because that's totally disgusting. It sounds pretty bad. The only kid I know who's ever gone to summer school is Joyce. I guess I could ask her what it's like, except the last time I tried to ask Joyce something, she stuffed me into a garbage can. She's kind of psycho. Whatever the point is, summer school can't be good. I can't think of anything nastier. Suddenly, right on cue, Brian gets a call from someone.
Hello, Madison. Would you like to speak to your sister?
Brian's call is from my sister, Madison. She's 15 years old and lives in Anime Town, which is 2 cities away from Comedy World, where Brian and I live. At least getting a call from my sister might brighten things up a bit. Summer school only lasts 8 weeks. A 15-year-old sister is forever. I lived with Madison in Anime Town until I got adopted by Brian and moved to Comedy World. I still visit Madison at times, and sometimes she visits me. Madison is pretty cool. She rides a bike across the street. She is able to buy drinks from vending machines. She lives in a house on her own, and she has pretty cool friends. Her house has a maid named Kimberly, who likes training to be a ninja. She told me about this before.
When she isn't busy sweeping the floors, she's training to be tough against others.
She has a friend named Juvie whom she often hangs out with. You want to know what else is cool about her? She sometimes goes through the problems that I go through, but she can make it out of them. She's never had to worry about summer school, because even though she has a few tough times in school, she can still find ways to improve them. Which I get reminded of every day.
You kind of remind me of your sister. She's learned to cope with her problems, so why can't you?
Huh? Oh. Brian's talking again.
Ask her what's happening in school.
So, Madison, what's happening at school so far?
We're getting back our book reports, which I think I did well on. I'm trying out for the school musical, and I'm running for class president. What's going on for you, Faith?
Well, it's just a normal day. No tests or anything like that. Nothing unusual.
May I have the phone back now, please?
I don't think Brian really bought that. He's giving me sort of a glancing disappointed look. He seems pretty suspicious right now, but I can see where this is going. So I'd better get out of here before he asks me any more questions. Phew. That was close. He had no idea I could end up in summer school. Not unless he and Mr. Smith are having secret late-night phone conversations, but that would be gross. Time to think of something else, but just as I pass the park, I run into my friend Princess Matilda.
So, Faith, are you on your way to school?
Princess Matilda belongs to Mrs. Summers. She has a sister named Fluttergirl and is a little pet. A few of her friends are little pets as well. She doesn't go to school with me. It's because Matilda is homeschooled, but she doesn't seem to mind at all, because being homeschooled means you can do anything you want the whole week. But I don't want to rag on about Matilda. Matilda's okay. After all, she's a cat, and all cats are cool in my book. It must be nice to be you, Matilda. You get to spend time at home and here at the park. You don't have to worry about school, or teachers, or homework, and you especially don't have to worry about taking a social studies test.
Of course I don't. Little pets that are homeschooled can be carefree and do whatever they want.
Wait a minute. Maybe I don't have to worry about the test either. What if I can get out of it? What if I can convince Mr. Smith to let me take the test tomorrow instead of today? Then I'll borrow Zoe's class notes and cram for 24 hours. That'll at least give me a chance to pass the stupid thing. How does that sound, Matilda?
I think that sounds like a great idea.
You'll help me think of something, right?
I sure will.
Okay, brainstorm time. How can I get out of this test? It's easy coming up with a plan. The problem is, almost as soon as I do come up with a plan, I think of the reason it won't work. Plan A, illness. As soon as the test starts, I hold my breath until my face turns all red. Then I tell Mr. Smith I feel really sick. Why it won't work? He keeps a thermometer in his desk. Plan B, injury. I wrap my hand in bandages, then tell him I can't write because I sprained my wrist. Why it won't work? He might call Brian and ask if I really did injure myself or not. Plan C, tragic accident. I pretend to hit my head against the door on my way into the classroom, then act like I've got amnesia. Why it won't work? I used that one 2 weeks ago. Plan D, the truth. I walk right up to Mr. Smith, look him in the eye, and tell him that I didn't know there was a test today. Why it won't work? The man hates me. Shoot. This isn't getting me anywhere. I've only got 25 minutes until the test. 25 minutes until Mr. Smith brings down the summer school hammer on me. I glance at my watch. Now it's 24 minutes. Yikes.
Have you thought of something yet?
It's beginning to look like the only way I'll be able to avoid this test is to skip school altogether. I'm going to skip school.
Well, good luck with that.
End of chapter 2.